Hello, everybody, and welcome to #NoLimits. I am so glad that you have joined me today. You are in for a treat. #NoLimits is about people whose society has put limits placed on them, but who have busted through those limits. Ophelia says in Hamlet, "We know who we are, but not who we will become." And I believe there is no better example of that than the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. The caterpillar literally dissolves into nothing and reforms into a butterfly. Then the butterfly has to struggle to get out of the cocoon in order for its wings to be strong enough to fly. Of course, this is no easy task, but it is also not an easy task to bust through limits that society has placed upon people. My guests today were with me several months ago. I want to say about September-ish. They had joined and we had an awesome conversation. It's been one of my most watched and most fun interviews to do. Theresa is a master IEP coach and Sean is just a master at being Sean. I mean, you can get better. That's right.
It's being me.
So if you didn't join us the first time that they were on, they made a great announcement that they were opening a shop where several entrepreneurs were going to be selling their wares. And all of the entrepreneurs happen to be people who have unique abilities. Sean happens to have autism as one of the many wonderful things that it is about Sean. And so now they've had the shop open since when, Theresa?
I think we opened Halloween, so October 31st.
Okay, so they've had it open a few months, and today they are going to walk us around and show us some of the things. I have seen pictures. It's just beautiful. Theresa, you have done an amazing job. It looks so welcoming and cozy. I hope to someday get out there and be able to come and visit it in person.
Oh,
so
we would have you.
Thanks. So, hi guys, first of all.
Hello.
And welcome. Thanks for joining me again. So tell me what's been going on.
Yeah, I think since we opened, Halloween was, do you remember that day, our grand opening?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Well,
it was busy. I remember.
It was pretty busy,
Yeah, I remember being very busy, but very, very filled with a lot of love and enthusiasm. We were visited by one of our local celebrities, John and his dad, Mark, of John's Crazy Socks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I've heard of him.
Yeah, they came to wish us well and bought us a couple of gifts and yeah, got to see the shop. So that was really important to us, which was great. And yeah, and then the holidays were upon us, and it was really, really busy, I guess, for Christmas. One of the cool things that we're trying to do for the holidays, well, for Halloween, what did you dress up? What did you have?
It was a Halloween themed suit.
Yeah. So we had
really.
a ghost. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was just going to ask to describe it more.
Yeah. Do you remember what was on it?
It was ghosts, toxins, skulls, cats.
Yeah.
And it was in all black and white.
It was really cool. And then
Very nice.
we found a similar one, although a little more upbeat, for Christmas time. He wore a really cool blue suit, which was
nice.
Yeah. So it's been busy, and I think what we're finding, Sean is working with me, I guess 2 days a week. We're trying to get up to 2 days because it can be a little bit of a long day. So we're still fine tuning what that looks like for him, and yeah, but enjoying having everybody come in and the merchants and just again the community enthusiasm has been great.
That's awesome. So can you tell me where you literally are? Because obviously virtually you're at oneforallgifts.com, but where are you in person?
Sure. So it's a town on the North Fork of Long Island called Southold, and we're in a small sort of cottage village called Feather Hill Plaza or Feather Hill Shopping Center. And we're surrounded by eateries and a couple of offices and one other retail location. So we're really nestled into a very nice community of other businesses that have been so supportive, sending, customers our way. And I think Sean's been enjoying popping out for lunch to a few of the places. So it's also a nice thing for him to be able to walk around and have that freedom and independence to walk around. So
yeah. So Sean, tell us about your specific business, because I don't know who's going to watch this time if they know about your business from the last time you talked.
Where do I begin? Well, technically, it's more like a tag team than like who's who business, and
the movies. I think she means specifically.
Oh, right,
yeah,
right.
She means like your movie business.
I'm not following what you said.
Sure. So you're one of the merchants here at One for All Gifts, right? Because we have a bunch of different merchants around, and you've got your movie poster business here. So for people who weren't watching, can you tell them a little bit about what Decades Collectibles is?
Oh, sure. It's with. Well, the items are retro stuff like action figures, comics, trading cards, pop-up figures, movie posters, and each item has was like more in like back then like more like retro, like 70s, 60s, like back in the day kind of style. And I love old technology, action figures, clothes, and I thought I would bring that to the modern days and bring it to my own style for it.
Yeah, which is why we when we were coming up with a name for the business, we wanted to call it Decades Collectibles, because there isn't one particular decade that you love, although you do seem to gravitate to the 80s a little bit.
Yeah, I'm an 80s guy. I'm also a 60s and 70s guy.
Yeah, so all of them really.
Yeah. Well, my first idea was to open a store, and each decade is in different sections of the store.
Yeah.
Like one of them is 60s, one of them is 70s, and one of them is 80s.
So one of our long-term,
one of our long-term ideas, and then then Mom brought up this idea of well, since I'm a movie fan, she brought up this idea by selling movies framed in posters, and then she reached out, and we went to Michael's and bought these cheap,
they were really inexpensive frames,
But now we go to this website and we ask for different items and different suggestions, and we write them down. And then we professionally frame them from the sky that we know. And it's pretty expensive, so we had to try to match up the price. As we
that's all the price. In fact, when we walk you through the store, we'll show you the section that is Sean's movie posters. And we've sold a whole bunch of them. Especially right before the holidays. They were really great gifts to give. And we've been trying to add a couple more music-related ones. So, and then he and his, I guess, friend are working on some gift bundles, some really cool Decades items in a bundle. So,
wonderful.
Going on.
Yeah, so that's one business that is there, one merchant. So anybody who's interested, you can check it out on oneforallgifts.com. Do you still have your own Decades Collectible website?
So we have an Instagram for Decades Collectibles.
Yes, but I don't know about a website yet.
We have a Square site that we were selling off of before we had access to the shop. We're not as active on that probably as we should be. So
this is oneforallgifts.com is the best way for them to find you. Okay.
Yes. Yes. In fact, we're trying to, a lot of people that are not able to come out this far and are really eager to support us, I'm trying to figure out a way to do some shopping online. I had something over the holidays where we did virtual shopping through like a Zoom phone call, and I would walk.
Oh, neat.
It was really cool. I walked a couple of shoppers through the shop just via Zoom. So I'm looking to do that again, although I think people really would like to have a place to go and buy things and have them shipped. So that's a work in progress.
Yeah, one step at a time. As
Yeah.
long as you're moving forward, that's good progress, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Sean, I'm excited to hear that your business is going well and that you are doing well. And I'm also excited because the 80s was when I grew up. So I'm also very fond of the 80s decade, the music, the hair. Now you don't have enough hair to get the really high hair.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I'm trying to grow my hair out so I can like put it like into a men bun or maybe like do like a samurai style
Oh, there you go.
haircut. But for now,
did you have a high thing too?
Oh, I had the high bangs.
Yeah.
And I had the spiral perm.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a funny story to go with that is many years ago, my daughter and I were going through old pictures, getting rid of, pictures that we didn't want anymore. And she was seeing a lot of pictures of me in the 80s and the early 90s. And a couple days later, we were in the car and a thing on the radio said, if you could go back to when you were 15 years old and give yourself some advice, what would it be? And I don't remember exactly what my advice to myself was. And she said, you wouldn't tell yourself not to get that perm.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Like, well, it was the thing to do then. So.
That's right. Well, I think what makes me laugh the most is that, this was our lifetime, but for Sean, it's already vintage. It's
right.
already, we're vintage, Shelley. So
I know.
We're not old, we're vintage.
There you go. That sounds so much classier.
Yeah, but for me, let me add that for me, the 80s, my favorite thing has to be the music. Like the rock and roll music is just
you love
great.
Yeah.
Just love the 80s music. Like rock and roll is my top favorite.
Yeah. Do you have a special band or a favorite group, or is it just all of them?
I can name a couple on the top of my head. Well, I think Journey is great. Boston. She's a little runaway.
Is that Bon Jovi? That wasn't Bon Jovi. We'll have to think of it.
I'm so bad at knowing that. I know the song they're doing, but I don't know who sang it.
I don't remember. Yeah. It'll come to you while you're walking around. But one of the cool things, just to loop it back here, is that once some of the Comic-Cons had closed because of COVID, that's really where Sean and I sort of sell his movie posters. We were doing kind of street fairs and then upgraded to the Comic-Cons. And then once we were able to get the shop, Sean was the first merchant to be in the shop. And our goal was to have about 10 or 15 other businesses. And we opened on October 31st with 20 merchants. So so when we first did this recording with you, I think we had just started our list of who we were getting in contact with, and we wound up opening with 20, which just, I don't know, that still blows me away. And
that gives me goosebumps. That's so amazing.
Yeah. And we've got, there's about 10 more that we're looking to add in 2021, and a couple of organizations that we're going to try to partner with that might not necessarily be with adults of different abilities, but loves our mission and wants to support us. So just trying to be creative, because it is a retail spot. We want people to, of course, come and buy and spend things, spend their money and for a good cause. So a lot of good plans.
Yeah, and I can't wait for you to show us around, but I don't want you to do that just yet. Okay. Theresa, I want to talk to you a little bit. So Sean, you can take a break. You can just listen.
I was about to get out of my chair, like, oh,
I'm out.
No, don't leave. Just listen. But Theresa,
When you said, let's get started, I thought you meant like going up and then showing around the store. And I'm like, I'm excited. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Couple more minutes. So Theresa, you and I are master IEP coaches, and both of us work with clients and work with the IEP, which is to, its purpose is to prepare a child to meet their unique needs and to prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living.
Right.
What these entrepreneurs are doing probably started way back when they were younger with their IEP goals.
Sure.
Would you agree to that?
I would like to think so. I think what winds up happening is that as a natural effect of getting really, really clear on what a young person's future is going to look like, I think that's when attention starts being paid to honing that thing. So I know for us, for Sean, do you remember being in 6th grade wanting to be a movie critic? I don't know if you remember wanting to do that, but so we always knew movies was sort of like this big umbrella background, trying to figure out where, given his educational journey, where movies would play a role. Mm-hmm. And so for parents who are looking to add some of that, I guess goals, for the young people, is to really pay attention to what their children are interested in and, what they are gravitating to, where do they light up? And as much as it's important to add goals to support areas that need, assistance, mm-hmm. equally as important to have goals to strengthen things they're already showing. And we were very, very fortunate in his vocational program towards the end of high school to be able to go around and look at some businesses that were, related to something he was interested in. So that's a long answer to say sort of marrying interests, ability level, and sort of seeing what comes out of that.
Yeah, and that's so important because I think a lot of times school districts and parents, we sort of get pigeonholed into what we think. And I think we need to think bigger.
Agreed.
And broader and not have limits, and like you said, key in on those interests and see how you can think outside the box to develop that interest or that natural inclination to a certain thing.
Agreed. No, absolutely agreed. I think that's the way. That's the way through school. I think if we had to do it again, I would have, I think, worked with Sean a little bit more, certainly at the end of middle school, maybe going into high school, starting to think with that intent in mind. Allowing space to do some of the academics, but likewise really strengthening some of his other, attributes and interests, I think is important.
Yeah. And I think too, we have to remember, as parents and as coaches, that what we want for our children may not be what they want for themselves. And so again, focusing on, listening to what they have to say. And as coaches, getting in there and as a coach, we help strengthen skills. We don't have to be called just because there's an emergency. Right. If you want, Theresa's great with transition goals. And she's got some beautiful experiences of, things that kids can do outside of high school and outside of their time in public education. So that is something that she does, as well as help run the gift shop. So if you are interested and you're in her area, or even, if you just resonate with her personality, she, like myself, can work anywhere in the country. And so, please reach out to her. Could they reach out to you through One for All Gifts?
Yes. In fact, there's a form on the homepage of the website that allows for for you to leave your email. Mm-hmm. And then if anyone is interested in talking a little bit more about transition goals or entrepreneurship, they can certainly leave that in the subject. What we're hoping to do and I'm just fine tuning the partnership, is there is an educational entrepreneurship educational platform that is all done virtually, that I'm looking to partner with, and offer that for parents and young adults who are looking to kind of supplement and complement what they're doing with their high school goals and high school IEPs. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, be on the lookout for that too.
Yeah, so you've got bigger things on the horizon than just things for One for All gifts. You're big umbrella type things.
Yes.
So,
Sean likes to call them layers. I deal with layers. Right?
Yeah.
He's shaking his head saying, too many layers.
Yeah, it's for me, it's like a you know what a BLT is?
I do. One of my favorite sandwiches.
Yeah, is it really big, like this big?
Well, yeah, it's got a lot of.
Well, ours aren't here,
Yeah.
but I know the ones in New York are big.
Yes. So what I predict is that like all the layers in a sandwich, all the layers on the BLT sandwich is the layers that she describes, and she takes one thing and then she adds extras to
extra lettuce, extra bacon, extra
extras to it, and I'm like, okay, that's more than enough, you know. You settle down, sister.
Settle down, sister. Sean's along for the ride.
We got it.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's okay.
Sean's a great check and balance for me.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay calm, sweet child.
Stay and it was true even going through high school and working on goals. I mean, I could keep going, and I have to always check in with him, to make sure that it's something that he is interested in doing too. So, I mean, obviously there's things behind the scenes that I have to get done. But I think overall is trying to make sure that it resonates with him as well. Otherwise it just becomes another thing he has to do.
Right.
Which is, we don't want that.
No, we don't want him to get burnt out on One for All gifts for a very long time.
Yeah, exactly. So would you like to see you around?
Yeah, I think now would be a good time. Are you ready, Sean?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I guess will you be sort of the tour guide? I'm gonna, I guess we have to turn it around so you won't see us anymore. So we're gonna turn it around this way.
Okay.
Shelly, can you see okay?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So this is actually, you know what? I'll walk is it okay if you stand in front?
Yeah.
So this is where we come in. You want to just tell everyone about the different sections? We'll go over here first.
Well, this is our jewelry.
Do we want to come in front of the camera just real fast?
Yep, this is all the stuff we sell. We sell bracelets, earrings, chokers, more bracelets.
Yep.
And more bracelets. There's some plants to brighten the mood of forest life.
Yeah.
We have some.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Theresa, I think you covered up the microphone.
Oh, did I?
Right,
There we go. Okay, now I can hear.
So what's really nice that Sean, it was really important for Sean to have in the shop. You can hold it up again. I love that. Is we have a little bio of the business and
Nice.
a little description of who's behind each of these businesses, so that when you are browsing and shopping, you get to understand the background story. That was something that you remember coming up with that? I don't know if you remember, but
No, I don't. Sorry.
Okay.
I do forget a lot of things
So
sometimes.
obviously that's not Sean's section because Sean's not the jewelry person.
correct. And then we come over to the apparel. Can you open up the doors? So in here, if you can see, okay, we've got some really nice T-shirts.
Oh yes, I remember seeing one opened up on the in a picture that you had the other day on Instagram.
Oh, yep. It was, one of our a really, really nice fitness coach here on Long Island got one, and she's trying to promote us with her fitness.
Awesome.
And then we've got, of course, John's crazy socks, and then some really great bow ties. I don't know if you could see the bow ties.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And each of the merchants, their little bio and a picture of them is present, so that you again get the little bit of the story.
That's an awesome idea, Sean, because I think that will add to why somebody might want to purchase it. when you have that connection of, oh, this person, has that, I have that in common with this person, or whatever. Yeah.
What we're finding is a side benefit, and I know, Sean, you've been witness to a couple of them, is that we have a lot of customers come in just wanting to share their story of either a neighbor or a sibling or a child that has a different ability. And, looking at the shop and seeing all these wonderful faces and stories, I think is very inspiring to them. So it's been nice to hear different stories too.
Yeah, and I can see you're all decked out for Valentine's Day. I see different decorations.
Yes, we're trying to do that. And then, and then these are our friends. These are tote bags from Dance Happy Designs.
Nice. So they're the reusable kind, right?
So these are our canvas bins. The reusable shopping bags we'll show you is from.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
And then, do you want to tell them about this section?
This section is all different soaps and also
lotions and what's on the bottom there?
Candles.
Yeah.
Scented candles.
Yeah. And so we've got some really nice items there, and everything is very, very giftable, and everything is already packaged nicely. So let's tell them about Gracie really fast.
Well, Gracie, she has a thing for not a thing, but she sells dog treats and like doggy bags.
Yep. So, and Gracie's so cute. The story with Gracie is worth telling too, because her and her dad, they were trying to figure out what Gracie would do after she got out of school. And because they are involved with dogs and they have dogs and they love dogs, they made a partnership with a local butcher and figured out how to make doggy treats, freeze-dried doggy treats.
Wow.
So much so, Shelley, that we're sold out.
That's awesome.
We can't keep them on the shelf.
That is amazing. So I have a question as you're walking through, a couple questions. So to me, as you're showing, I mean, again, it's beautiful. You have such a great sense of style. I feel like I'm in a home. I mean, it's like the design of it and then the way you have it decorated.
Yes.
But you're in a shopping center. So obviously it's not a home. It's just a layout that you've designed this way.
So luckily we have this beautiful open concept, the exposed beams. I mean, that obviously was here, but all the furniture and how things are displayed are actually from our home. So we, obviously funding it on our own and trying to be, budget conscious, repurposed our living room furniture. You're going to see our piano in a minute. So I think it just adds to that homey feel. It does. Dining room. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can just imagine walking around in there and just feeling so comfortable and just like, oh, I'm in my home. I'm in my friend's home.
Yeah. And that was the appeal. And what's really nice is, having that flexibility to make it like that, because we do want people to come in and feel it's okay to browse. It's okay to linger. It's okay to share your story and and look around. So, okay. You want to tell me about this section? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So my other question. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Shelley. No. Sorry.
Sean, go ahead. I'll ask in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, in this section, we have different books on different agendas and styles. And this one is about this woman telling the story of her son and her sister, and the boy has autism and the sister looks after him. So it's Little Big Sister.
Yeah.
And it's the story about the relationship. And this guy, he it's a different thing, but he writes down like different jokes and stuff. And he's really funny. And
so that's our author section. And then we've got, kind of different journals and calendars and greeting cards, all from our different merchants. And what's the coolest thing about our merchants? Are they all here, or where are they?
They are all around us.
They're across the country.
Well,
really?
She had to reach out to one, but
Well, as far as California, we've got Texas, we've got North Carolina.
Yeah, they've been all over, and she's been reaching out to them, and
they're excited to be here, right?
Well, you answered my question, because that was what I was going to ask you, was because you have all the little bios.
Yeah.
And obviously Sean is there and you're there, but I didn't know about the other merchants, if they were ever there in person, or if they just, John Socks, obviously, he's, I knew he would have sent you his things, but, so that's really interesting that you reached out to people across the country to, help. And not that I, I have anxiety, so maybe that'll count as my unique ability to have my book in your store.
Yes. Well, yes. Well, the authors that we have, and we're actually, there's 2 other authors we're speaking to for this year, are either a parent of a special needs child, or they are a young person with a different ability. So,
and my book is all about people who have been told no, or you can't. So it would be perfect. Sean,
Shelley,
can something out?
I think this is a thing. You need to be in One for All. What do you think? Should we have Shelley's book at One for All?
Yeah, sure.
I never even thought of that. That's a perfect connection.
I would love to. And I would really, really love to deliver them in person, but I know that won't happen.
Well,
not for a while anyway.
Not for a while, yeah. Okay, then we're going to take you to our art section. Do you want to start? Because your posters are coming up. So this is Sophia. And she does a lot of different, I don't know, with the glare, if you could see, just different beautiful paintings.
The butterflies in the front. Oh, there, now I can see the fruit picture in the back. And the glare was distorting some of the pictures.
And then her dad takes some of her art and reproduces it. And then Blake is I have to say, probably Sean is one of our biggest sellers. His paintings are just absolutely stunning.
Those are paintings?
These are paintings. They're gallery wrapped. You want to just take one to show? Take the little lamb, I guess. Just pick that one up. And we have it set up to look like a gallery. So what's really nice about these paintings is that even though they're a reproduction, the detail is really great. And then they're wrapped on all sides. So, it's professionally done, ready to hang. And
that is amazing. It looks like it's a fuzzy lamb.
Well, that's just, but it's okay if it doesn't go back on. But everyone goes pretty crazy for Blake's stuff. And then we were able to get a lot of the ornaments this year that we still have, a couple of them left. And then, of course, we're up to Decades Collectibles. You want to tell Shelley a little bit about it?
Yep, these are this is all the posters that we have from yours truly.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have different styles, different genres, and films are from all throughout history.
And then, of course, here's his little bio.
This is my bio with all the shops and the posters intact.
Yeah.
And, I'm also a Tim Burton fan, so there's a few Tim Burtons, some Star Wars, and a Star Wars fan as well. And
we're going to be adding a couple of music icons. We fell in love with a watercolor artist.
Oh.
So I'll just show you. Well, he'll show you right now. So we have one left of everything we had. We've got. Let's see if Shelley knows who that is.
Oh, I should, but I don't.
That's okay.
It's David Bowie.
That's David Bowie.
Of course, yeah.
So what's really great, we as we getting a little more known in the community. That's okay, Sean, if it doesn't go back up there. We want to just tell Shelley really fast. We met a young girl from a local high school, and what does she paint?
She paints.
music icons.
Right. She also paints music icons, and she did a Jimi Hendrix. She did a Bob Marley, and she recently did. She also did a Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's working on Elvis, so she brought in her portfolio. We got to meet her with her, her vocational teacher. And we're going to have an original of hers. And she walked in. She's, I would say, maybe 17 or 18 years old. very shy and, a little nervous. And by the end, we were just, her work was so amazing. We were oohing and eyeing, and she walked out of here just absolutely beaming, knowing that her artwork, which is incredible, is going to be showcased here. So these are the kinds of things that we are very happy to continue to do, add more of. Yeah. Did you like her work?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
And what a great story that, she came in and, very timid and walked out, came in like a lamb and walked out like a lion, it sounds
Exactly. And that's what that's really, you've nailed it on the head. That's what we're trying to promote and celebrate as well, is that, and as your hashtag no limits, is that, there is room for everyone to feel proud of what they do and in themselves, and, having a space to do that makes us really happy.
Yeah. So all of the things like the candles and the soaps and the I'm trying to think, the jewelry and stuff, all of these are handmade, or are they just tweaked, or how?
So some places have so the candles are all handmade, and depending on ability and interest level in the business, some individuals are involved in packaging, some individuals are involved in actual making. The jewelry, some of the artisans are able to do stamping and beadwork. So it really depends on interest level and ability level where they're utilized. I'll take you, for example, to our food table, which is probably a very well-populated table, right? We've got popcorn and granola and jams and chocolate-covered pretzels. Each of the companies have their young adults involved in the whole process, from the making, the making of it into the packaging. So it really depends.
Yeah,
it depends. And then sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, I saw before Christmas that you ran out of the chocolate-covered pretzels, and you had posted that, we have more.
Someone had come in, and so I'll just show you that turnaround. But we kind of display them like this, and someone had come in and had taken literally the whole chunk to give out to their school teachers. Their child school teachers, along with a note card, which we were very happy, but we ran out of pretzels.
You weren't expecting your whole supply to go at one time.
Exactly. So, and that's one thing we're learning is how to manage inventory, how to understand what people are interested in. Sean is very big help when packages come in. Do you remember what you do?
I unbox everything and put a pricing on them and put them away.
Yep. So awesome. He's learned the whole pricing system, and he goes into our point of sale system, and he's got to make sure the SKUs are right and the prices are right. So there's a lot of different steps and a lot of behind the scenes that Sean has really been really great. Not to mention, you're a great customer service. Well, I think, yeah.
I can imagine.
Come in, he's really friendly, and he's a good salesperson. He upsells. So
really?
If someone's
good for you, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, right? Someone's looking at one thing, he'll say, "Oh, did you see this other thing too?" Are you going to need the other thing? which is. So.
That's cool. Good job, Sean.
And
last, not a skill I have. So.
And last but not least is our coffee bar. So we're very lucky to have two different blends of coffee, one from Gabby's Grounds and another one called Dirt Coffee. And we've got some glassware and some masks. So we're really very, very lucky to have a very eclectic group. And then the last thing we'll show you is our front table. Tell me if I'm making you nauseous.
No, you're doing fine so far.
Okay.
Your pace is good.
Okay. So what we've been able to do is we've got a table when you first walk in. It's the first thing you see. Mm-hmm. And depending on the merchant that we highlight for that month or that season, we'll put a bunch of, different items here. And it really makes for a very nice talking point for when people come in if they don't quite know what it is that we do, we're able to communicate that. So, yeah.
Well, that is a wonderful, wonderful space. And I really, really do hope that someday I can come out there and see it in person. New York has been a place I've wanted to visit anyway. So,
good.
I just specifically go to call it Southold?
Southold. Yep.
Southold. Okay.
On Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got some, as I say, some good plans for 2021. Sean works with a really nice guy named Vin, and they're working on, his small business as well. We're hoping to, as I say, partner with a couple of local places that want to support us. We're going to add a couple of new merchants, and then, trying to give the option to purchase directly online, which then opens up the whole shipping and packing,
Right.
which will be nice because then we could possibly hire another young person who needs some vocational, training, and really to integrate ourselves into the community even more. So
yeah. It's all so exciting. I'm so proud of you, Sean and Theresa. I'm so happy for you guys that it is a success. I knew it would be, but to be able to see it and to say that, you released that information on my show first, that you were going to do it.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
So exciting to be able to come back and see all that you guys are doing. It's just awesome. I'm teary-eyed here because I'm so overjoyed for you guys and so proud of what you're doing out there, and just congratulations.
Thank you so much. I mean, we're likewise. I feel very proud of what we've been able to accomplish in a little bit of time. I feel, proud of Sean for sticking with his mom, with all the layers. He's developing his own style here, and I hope it's something that keeps going so that we, this becomes his own shop, and then mom can pack it in, and and he's got this wonderful, wonderful community connection. And it's about inclusion. And it's not only just about the store, but I was joking earlier, having Sean just pop out for lunch. He's now a regular at the pizza place or at the donut shop, and everybody knows his name. And that's another element to being able to do this, for him.
Right.
That connection, and really for any young adult, is to have that community connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes back to, what we do as IEP coaches, helping to develop IEPs that will help give those trainings and give that avenue. And I'm so proud to be able to do that. So if anyone needs my help, you can reach out to me. ShellyKino.com is my website. I'll throw one for all off for a little bit.
Absolutely.
ShellyKino.com if you need any kind of services. I'm in Illinois, but as Theresa and I both are qualified to work anywhere around the country because we are working with the federal law of special education. If you would like to have a free virtual IEP checklist or an in-person meeting checklist, you can check out my website. I don't know, Theresa, do you have any freebies that you are offering at this time, or is that kind of on the back burner?
Not at this moment, but actually, open to speaking to anybody. I've got things that I had worked on. Right now, the shop is a little bit consuming, but certainly would love to speak to anyone and offer, things that I had created in the past. Sure.
Yeah. And like I said, Theresa's great with the transition. I've called her and asked her questions. We've known each other for a couple of years now. I feel like I've known you forever. I just the moment I met you, I just had such a connection with you. And I'm so glad that we've been able to maintain that through the fact that you're in New York and I'm in Illinois. Social media has been very helpful in that regard. So guys, thank you. Before we leave, is there anything that you want to say or any advice that you might want to give?
For any young person. So having gone through that, was there anything that you would want to say to somebody younger that doesn't know where they're going, or?
I know I kind of put you on the spot.
all I have to say is, if you believe in yourself, and if you do something you want to achieve, and well, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
something. If you're proud of it, doing
Yeah.
what you love is important.
Doing what you love is important, and it's important for not only for you to share that with everybody, but it's just as important for your circle of support to sort of see, yeah, where is this young person really lighting up, and where do they want to spend their time, and where can I sort of put ourselves to get practice in being in that industry. So, and again, to take a step back, it's not just about employment or working, right? It's about everything that comes with it. It's community, it's independence, it's all of it. So yeah. I don't know if I answered your question, but
you did.
You said too, Sean.
Sean, do you have a favorite part about this whole process? About
Just
having your store?
Just eating food and just chilling out. That's my favorite.
That would be mine too.
Yeah.
If I could just pop over to the donut shop or the pizza shop, and yeah, I'd love that. But I'm older and I don't have that metabolism that you have anymore, so I really can't do that anyway. But
yeah, well, can you pick one other thing? I mean, is there anything about the shop and stuff that you're enjoying? Well, I think you like having your. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
I'm so sorry.
No, we can still see you. I don't know if you can't see me, but I can still see you guys.
Thank you. That's why you were tapping me. Sean's tapping me, and I realized I'm speaking to you, and the whole screen is blank. I mean, I think working together, would be a positive thing. Would you say? Medium.
Yeah.
Working together.
Yeah, seeing your posters there. I think again for Sean and knowing what his sort of not limits are, right? In terms of energy levels, we're still evolving and getting to know what that looks like for him. So we're still a work in progress too. I don't want to give any indications that this is by any means all figured out. We are working together and communicating and making it the best we can.
Awesome. Well, from here, it looks like you are doing an amazing job. And again, I'm so proud of both of you. I'm so happy for you and all the merchants there at One for All Gifts. I wish you all the best of that the world has to offer. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you to my audience that will be watching this in the replay, because we are pre-recording this. So just have a great day, everybody. And thanks again, Theresa and Sean.
Thank you, Shelley.